the playground. This is clay class for kids of all ages. All right, first off, this class is all going to be about what you need so that you can make. So first up, tools. Let's talk about what you can buy online. You can easily get, or in any craft store, so you can easily get 4 packs of beginner tools. They will usually have 1 or 2 types of knives. If you feel they're a little pointy, they're wooden, you can sand it down. They also have curved bottoms so that you can use them also for sculpting. Then you also get 2 types of sculpting tools with different edges, things you can cut with. Different brands sell different types. Then you can get pin tools, which these are great for drawing, poking, and cutting. Just keep in mind, it might be a little sharp. Then you can buy a clay knife to help you cut. They're usually not that sharp, but use your discretion. Then there's also different types of modeling tools, depending on how in deep you want to get. All right, then there's also what I enjoy, some ribs. This one is plastic. They also come metal, helping you to smooth out and join things. So great. Some kind of wire tool to help you cut through clay nicely. This one is a small one. There's different types. I also enjoy some kind of roller to help you flatten, make something, a surface nice, flat. No, that's always lovely. I have 2 types of rulers. A nice square gives you good edges when you're making slabs. Just a straight roller can be small or big. This water bottle, you can either use an old cleaner bottle or one specifically made for water. Always good to have. I also enjoy having old towels, much better than paper towels. You can reuse this over and over again. Just wash it outside. Other things to consider. I use old containers to put stuff into, and then you can see I use old pots that are seconds to put tools in. You can also use yogurt jars for that. Goes over there. Other things that are great that you should buy are brushes of different sizes and different stiffnesses. This one is hard, this one's medium, and this one's very soft. They're good for shaping, sculpting, and putting things together. Now, let's talk about things you can get at home. Rolling pin, much like the small one I have. Just make sure you clean it before you make pie. Wooden spoons, really nice for shaping and paddling. Once again, make sure you wash it before you make sauce. I enjoy keeping all the wooden disposable chopsticks, poking holes, putting things together. These are great. Knife, fork, spoon. For cutting, doesn't even need to be sharp. You can also use that for shaping, spoons for shaping, forks for shaping, also scraping and putting things together. You can use plastic, not as durable, but that can be done. And then pencils, pens, you can use these for writing, for drawing, for poking, for joining. Old tap credit card ID card, you can cut them to shape as a rib or leave them straight. These are great for cutting and for smoothing too. Newspaper to keep your surfaces nice and clean. You can also move it around. Just too much water, too wet, you'll end up sticking, so make sure you pick up often. You can also use paper plates. That also will help you to pick up and put down, keeping your area nice and clean. So when it comes down to what you're going to be using to make, there are 3 different types of clays that you can get. The first type that you can get is an air dry clay, and that clay you can purchase through any craft store or online. Many different brands, read the reviews, decide which one you get. They also can come in multiple colors. That is also up to you. Then there is what's called oven baked clays. It's basically a kind of a malleable plastic that you then bake in your oven so that it gets hard. Neither of those are going to be for food choices in any way, shape, or form. What I will be using, because I'm a potter, is traditional clays. It's basically mud that you put into a kiln and then make it into stone. And that's my kiln way back there. So I have 3 different types of clays. They are just 3 different colors. There is a terracotta red, a milk chocolate brown, and a dark chocolate brown. I'll use them for color, but also sometimes just to show you about joining and stuff so you can understand what's going on. Let's start with the basic technique of pinch popping. First you want to do is squish it into a round ball. If you ever made a snowball, you know what I'm talking about. You can also use a table, rolling it around to help you to get a spherical ball-like shape. First thing with the pinch pot is that you stick your finger into the center and then pinch. I like doing it up in the air and holding it. I also like to do small amounts of clays so that it is manageable. And you're not all over. I find that a lot of people, when you pinch on the table, you end up with very fat bottoms, and you want to be able to get your fingers in there and make everything an even thickness. And it's always pinch and turn, pinch and turn, pinch and turn. The other thing about this is that the angle of your hands will affect the angle of your side. So if you're pinching like this, your pots will get wider and wider and wider and wider. So if you don't want that, don't be doing that. You want to pull it in and pinch in the direction, sometimes a little bit more drastic than you think. And then you can always, because it's clay, if it's gotten too wide, just smush 2 bits together. Tear it and smush it together. Tear it, overlap it, meaning one on top of the other, and start smoothing it out and get rid of all your lines. If your clay is soft, that is easy. If you feel the need, you can use water to get rid of cracks. I smush a little on my finger. I don't want to inundate, meaning put way too much water onto your pots. That'll make them soft and very sad. They won't stand up. The more time you take with this, the better your pots will look. So that is technique number 1. If you get a lot of friction, which that's what happens when 2 surfaces meet, meaning a lot of drag, then just add a little water and that'll help to smooth things over, get rid of cracks, and help you to move your clay around. Our next technique, is this clay, is coil building. The thing with coil building is the first thing you want to do is grab a bunch of clay, not too much, and then squeeze it. And I squeeze and turn, and that gets you into a nice rudimentary beginning coil. When you start rolling, you don't want to put pressure, because if you smush it down and then try and roll, you end up with this. It's never going to be happy again. So what you want to do, let me get that back down a little, is first start off with just gently rolling it. Still a little pinky. And if you notice, I bring my hands up. I'm not pushing them down. And I'm going from the tips to the bottom. And once you get the motion going, you can add just a little pressure. And you'll notice that this is getting easier and easier to manage. And that's why I'm going up. The other thing is I want lots of room, front and behind, because you don't want to be like, oh, oh, oh. You want to be able to roll nicely. See, I even go beyond my wrist sometimes. And just a little pressure to help it get longer and longer and longer. You don't need long coils. You can always go with something that is much more manageable. And coils, very easily, can become pots. And lastly, we're going to talk about slabs. And this is when you flatten something into a flat slab. And I often, if I'm going to make, let's say, the bottom of something, I will put it down, pick it up and turn it over. You don't want it to get stuck. If it gets stuck on either cloth or newspaper or a paper plate, it won't spread out. It'll just get stuck in that one area. So that's why I pick it up around in a circle, and you can just keep on doing this. And then rolling pin helps. Back and forth gently, pick it up and turn it. Back and forth gently, pick it up and turn it. And this will help you get a nice, flip it over helps. A nice thin, but not too thin. And that way you can that's how you make bottoms. Get yourself some tools, get yourself some clay, and start practicing. All right, see you next time.